Lesson 5.1, Algebraic Expressions. When we are given an algebraic expression, one thing we can do is we're going to evaluate each expression. So, in the first, got it. Evaluate each expression if c equals 8 and d equals negative 5. When we are evaluating, we are substituting the value in for the variable into our expression. So in letter A, we have c minus 3. I notice I have the variable c, so then I have to go back to my directions. What did c equal? Well, they told us c equaled 8. So I'm going to put 8 back into c and then solve. So now I have 8 minus 3. According to my order of operations, all I have to do is subtract, so 8 minus 3 is 5. Okay, I'm going to pick letter C this time. I have 3 times the quantity c plus d. So again, I'm going to substitute my values in for my variables. So I have 3 times c, which was 8, plus d, which is negative 5. Okay, now once I have my values in for my variables, I need to use my order of operations. First is parentheses. I need to solve what's inside my set of parentheses. Once I get to parentheses, I need to start over with the order of operations. So do I have another set of parentheses? Do I have exponents? Multiply, divide, add, or subtract. Well, all I'm doing is adding here. So I have 8 plus negative 5. So 8 plus negative 5 is 3. And then I have, bring down my times 3. Then 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, one more example. Letter F. I have 2 times d squared plus 5 times d. So the first thing I do when I see variables is I ask myself, do I know what those variables equal? Well, in my directions, they told me what they equal. So I have 2 times, now I'm going to substitute my values in, negative 5 squared plus 5 times negative 5. Okay, so now again I have to use my order of operations. Do I have parentheses? I don't have any. Do I have exponents? I have an exponent right here. Remember, an exponent is taking it that number times itself 2 times. So this is really negative 5 times negative 5. And negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. Okay, then plus 5 times negative 5. Again, I start over with my order of operations. No parentheses, no more exponents. Then I multiply. 2 times 25 is 50 plus 5 times negative 5. So now I have 50 plus negative 25, and 50 plus negative 25 would equal positive 25. Okay, the next thing we are doing is we're going to use a story problem. So again, we use the same concepts here. If they give us an expression and we know what our variables equal, we're going to substitute those in. So letter G says, to find the area of a triangle, use the formula base times height divided by 2, where b is the base and h is the height. What is the area in square inches of a triangle with a height of 6 inches and a base of 8 inches? So I'm going to use my formula, base times height divided by 2. And I'm going to substitute my values in where they tell me b is the base, h is the height. And I know my height is 6 inches and my base is 8 inches. So I'm going to put my base in for b and my height in for h. So I have 8 times 6 divided by 2. Again, we follow our order of operations. When we have a fraction or a ratio, I always have to simplify my numerator, then my denominator, and then divide them. So I have 8 times 6, which is 48, and then divided by 2, and 48 divided by 2 is 24. So we have 24 square inches. Okay, so again, story problems are the exact same way. If I just give you the expression, we figure out what do our variables equal, and then substitute them in. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually write the expressions. So to translate a verbal phrase into an algebraic expression, the first step is to define a variable. When you define a variable, you choose a variable to represent an unknown quantity. Okay, so letter H. An MP3 player costs $70 and song downloads cost 85 cents each. Write an expression that represents the cost of the MP3 player and X number of downloaded songs. Then find the total cost if 20 songs are downloaded. So now I need to go and pick out what is important to me. Well, the MP3 player is $70. The cost is 85 cents each. I need to write an expression with X number of downloaded songs, and then I'm going to find a total of 20 songs. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is write my expression. So whenever I'm deciding to write my expression, I need to ask myself, where's my variable going to go? What amount is changing? So if I go back up and read here, an MP3 player costs $70 and songs cost 85 cents each. I know that my 85 cents is going to have the variable with it because it's 85 cents each. That MP3 player is $70 no matter what. So I have $70 and I have 85 cents each, and they told me to use the variable X. Now I need to figure out, what are they asking me to do with these two values? Well, they want to know a total, and a total is adding it together. So I'm going to take the value of my MP3 player plus 85 cents per song I download. So once I have my expression, then they want me to find the total for 20 songs. So I need to substitute 20 in for X because X represented the number of songs. So I now have 70 plus 85 cents times 20. And again, we follow our order of operations. So I know to multiply before I add. So I have 70 plus 17, and then I add 70 and 17, I'd get 87. So it would cost me $87.